Hey everybody, it's taco time. We are making chicken tacos. The recipe we're doing today is based heavily off a recipe from this wonderful book, Asada, the Art of Mexican Style Grilling. We are also making a salsa, a pineapple salsa that's from this book that is awesome. I'm going to be grilling it on an open fire grill. That is absolutely not necessary. You can do this over charcoal, you could do this over a gas grill, you could even do it inside using a skillet and the broiler. They turned out amazing. I've made them before and I've never been disappointed. I deviated a little bit. I used a whole chicken instead of thighs, but it turned out wonderful. Let's dig in. All right, we are gonna spatchcock this chicken. We just need a set of kitchen shears. Essentially, I'm just taking the spine out. It seems a little intimidating at first, but it's really pretty easy. And I do a pretty rough job of it. I'm not really too concerned about how pretty it looks. But I essentially just take the shears, kind of find the spine, and I just cut. And I'm cutting through some bone, and I don't care how pretty it looks. So I got through one side. That's it. Now I'm just gonna take the other side. Be careful that you don't cut your fingers. It can get kind of slippery. If you hit a spot where you can't go through, just make sure you're not trying to cut through some bigger bone, some joint. I had this part of the thigh bone was sticking out and I was hitting it, but that's off. I'm gonna save this for stock. And I like to break the breastbones, kind of just smash down on it. So I'm just showing you, I'm horrible at this and it's still pretty easy for me to do. So with a little bit of practice, this will be no problem. Now, I'm just gonna put this in the bag that I'm gonna put the marinade in. Try not to get too much on the outside. The chicken is in the bag, ready to have marinade added. Let's make our marinade. Into a skillet, we're gonna put an allspice berry, 1 whole clove, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seed, and 1.5 teaspoons of dried Mexican oregano. And we are gonna toast that till they are aromatic. We're gonna throw them in a bowl. To that bowl, we are going to add 2.5 tablespoons of paprika, 1.5 tablespoons of sea salt, 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoons of ground white pepper, 1/4 cup of white vinegar, add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Next, we're going to cut an orange in half. We're going to slice half of it. And then we'll squeeze the juice from the other half into the marinade. Then we'll go ahead and mix that all together and add the orange slices. Doesn't really matter. Put that in with the bag. It'll all get mixed up. Next, we'll go ahead and add the marinade to the bag with the chicken. Seal it up. And then work the marinade into the chicken while it's in the bag. Take your time doing this so you don't break the bag. This is my grilling setup. You can do this on anything, a Weber, a gas grill, it really doesn't matter. I have this open fire thing that I really like to cook on. So that's what I'm gonna use. But again, you could even do this on a skillet and under the broiler in your oven. In fact, I do that a lot in the winter. So I'm just getting some oil on this grate. These are welding gloves. I love them. I use them here. I use them camping. They're awesome. Now, they're not like, It's not like I can just stick my hand under there and hold it there forever, but they work great. Side up. And I'll go ahead and put it right in the middle. You are gonna also cook your salsa ingredients a little bit on this same grill grate, so you wanna think about that. But I have plenty of room there. Now, I'm also gonna grill some of these oranges. Kind of just leave them on top of the chicken for now. In fact, the oranges end up tasting great in my opinion, so I'm gonna put them all on there. This one's thicker. Get that right on the grill grate. I'm gonna push this over the fire. Depending on your heat, this will cook for anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. This is one of the more challenging parts. This thing can be hard to flip. So I kind of have to use my gloves. There we go. I'm gonna try to kind of tuck the wings up, the tips, so they don't burn. Now we're making tacos, so it's not like we're gonna use those in the tacos, but I do want to eat it, right? So we're gonna leave it there, let it cook again for another, it depends on your fire and what you got going on. If you're doing this on a skillet, it's gonna be pretty quick. If you're on a Weber gas grill, probably 10 minutes. We just want a nice, we don't want it to look like this. Again, I don't really care about this. This is the bottom of the chicken. We're not gonna eat that anyways. I can peel that off when we're turning it into tacos, but I don't wanna burn the heck out of the skin, so I wanna keep an eye on this. I want a nice char, but I don't wanna burn it. Ooh, that looks pretty. At this point, we're gonna wanna get our salsa ingredients ready. Those will also go on the grill with the chicken. I'm going to slice this onion and try to keep the slices intact. I'm also gonna slice kind of thick. And that's because these are gonna go on the grill. And if they're too thin, they'll just kind of turn black. I want some of it charred. I want some of it just soft and cooked through. Try to just pop this in the bowl. Get that. So I can lay them on the grill in layers like that. So that's good. We're also gonna use pineapple. You can buy a pineapple, peel it, cut it. I just bought canned because I thought it'd be easier. So this is 1 can of pineapple. I did the rings, and you'll see why, because they'll grill easier. Same concept as the onion. We also need 3 cloves of garlic, and we're gonna throw those on the grill, but we're gonna put them in tin foil first, so they're just gonna get roasted. Make a little pocket. So those are ready to go. We also need 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Half a lime, I think. No. I take that back. It's gonna be the whole lime. There we go. So we've got our lime juice ready to go for when everything comes off the grill. We are going to need 1 habanero. If you like your salsa really, really hot, you can put 2 in there. I'm just going with 1. Finally, we're gonna mince a 1/2 cup of parsley leaves. We're also gonna finish the salsa with olive oil and sea salt. We'll add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, but we'll add more to taste if needed. A At this point, I'm gonna start cooking the ingredients for the salsa. I'm gonna throw the habanero on there, the onion. You know what I'm gonna do with the garlic? The garlic should have gone on earlier. I'm gonna throw it like in the fire because that's gonna get it cooked quicker. Pineapple's going on around the outside. Now we'll just have to keep an eye on everything. That chicken is done. I'm gonna go ahead, pull it off, finish the salsa ingredients. Again, it's gonna wanna kind of fall apart on me. Gotta be a little careful. Get some of these ingredients a little deeper in the fire. I'm gonna get all of this a little closer to the fire. Ooh, habanero got nice and roasted. That guy's done. See that? But you don't want to cook all the juice out of the pineapple. That's great. Essentially, all we're going to do with this is chop it up. Great. There's our ingredients, plus our garlic packet, roasted garlic. All right, time to make our salsa. I'm gonna take all our ingredients that we just cooked on the grill. Just gonna dump them. Basically, I'm gonna give them a rough chop. The habanero, if you wanna take the seeds out, you can. I'm gonna leave them in. The garlic's in there, the pineapple, the onions. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop everything. That nice wood-fired smoke aroma is just coming off of all of this. Just making sure I get the garlic chopped up so it can evenly spread its garlicky goodness throughout this whole thing. Same with the habanero. Get this into our bowl where we'll add the rest of our ingredients and make sure it is properly mixed up. Let's add our oil, about 2 tablespoons. Salt, I'm gonna start with half a tablespoon. Lime juice, it's about 2 tablespoons. And our parsley. And mix this all around. It smells amazing. Go ahead and taste a little. Needs a teeny bit more salt. Even with just the one habanero, this is incredibly hot. Try a little more. Perfect. All right, time to turn this chicken into taco meat. So I'm just gonna start ripping it apart. I got a bowl. I'm eating a lot of it because it's so delicious. I'll be honest, you could serve the chicken just like this. You don't even have to turn it into a taco. Almost forgot, we've got our oranges. Charred oranges. They look weird. but they are delicious. I'm gonna finely chop them and mix them in with the chicken. I know it sounds weird, but they are so good, skin and all. It's like candied oranges, basically, smoked candied oranges. We are gonna cook some tortillas. Oi, that is hot. See that bubbling up. Ooh, pretty. Oh, damn. All right. It is time to make a taco. Tortilla. Yummy, yummy chicken. And our yummy, yummy salsa. You can add lime if you want, but there is tons of acidity already on that guy.